This video will walk you through the multi-campus registration process. If you watch this video and you continue to have questions about this process, please reach out to your academic advisor, or you can email the Academic and Career Planning Center at askacpc@psu.edu, or you can reach out to the Behrend Registrar's Office at regbd@psu.edu. Multi-campus registration is when you enroll in a class at a campus other than Behrend. This is most often done with online classes, and it may be a really good option if Behrend is not offering an online section of a class in a particular semester that you need to have an online class. So I encourage you to check out what we're offering at Behrend, because we do have a wide variety of classes that are being taught online. But if you don't find anything that works for you, you are able to look at classes through other campuses. This process is not something you can do completely on your own. You'll do a little bit of work ahead of time, and then you will also work with the registrar's office at the campus that is hosting the class you want to enroll in. You will complete this process 7 days before the start of the semester. That's the earliest that you can enroll in multi-campus registration classes. So 7 days before classes start, that's when you are able to complete the multi-campus registration process. But in the meantime, you are able to look to see what's available to you. You just won't be able to request enrollment until 7 days prior. So when you are creating a whole schedule of Behrend classes, it's really nice to use Schedule Builder. But I think when you are trying to locate a class at another campus, using this Find Classes feature in LionPath is probably the easiest option. So when you click on that, it takes you to a page that will look something like this. And this is where you can search for classes at other campuses. So you will select the correct term that you're looking for. I would recommend leaving campus and location blank, since you're taking an online class and it doesn't really matter what campus it is being taught through. And then you can search by subject. So let's say Behrend is not offering a section of Chem 111 next semester that is taught completely remotely, but you'd like to take it remotely. So you can put Chem 111 there. And then I usually leave this button checked, so whenever we search, we only see the available options. If you go down here to additional search criteria, you can continue to narrow down your options a little bit. The one I might recommend utilizing is mode of instruction. That way, whenever you search, you only see classes in the mode that you're looking for. So if you want to take this Chem 111 class remotely, you can select remote and then search, and it will show you all of the available options that meet that criteria. So as you can see here, there are a couple of different options at different days and times, so you can determine which one works best for your schedule. Let's say you think this one is the best for your schedule. If you click on the hyperlink here, it will provide you more details about the class. And there's a lot of information on this page that you need to pay attention to. The first one being the class name and section. So in this instance, we have Chem 111 section 001. You will also want to make note of the class number, because this will be important for you to provide whenever you are requesting enrollment in the class. You'll also want to know which campus is hosting the class. So in this case, this class is being taught through the Harrisburg campus. You'll also want to make sure that you're meeting any prerequisites for the class. So some classes have prerequisites in order to be enrolled in them, or some classes have class notes here. Make sure you pay attention to any of that information to ensure that you're meeting that criteria. I also like to take note of how many available seats are in the class. Here we see that there are 20 seats available in the class. If you are looking at a class, 3 or 4 weeks before the semester starts and you're not yet able to request enrollment, if it only has 1 or 2 seats available, there's a pretty good chance it might fill by the time you're able to request enrollment in the class 1 week before the semester starts. In this instance, it looks like there's still a lot of seats left, so you have a greater chance of being able to secure one of them 1 week before the semester starts. So to actually enroll in the class, you will need to follow the process outlined by the registrar's office for that campus. So I think the easiest way to do that is to open a new tab and go to registrar.psu.edu. It'll take you to this page, and you can select enrollment and registration. Under this middle column here, there is a link that says multiple campus registration. And when you select that, it takes you to a page that provides more information about this process, and it also lists each campus individually below. Different campuses have different preferred processes for the multi-campus registration process, so it's important that you follow the preferences of the campus that is hosting the class you want to enroll in. So we looked at Chem 111 at Harrisburg. If you click on Harrisburg here, it gives you instructions on how they like to work the multiple campus registration process. They suggest that you use search classes to find the class, which we did, and then they prefer that you send an email to this email address with all of this information. Some campuses prefer that you utilize an online form in order to request enrollment into a class. So Altoona is one of those campuses, and you can see here it lists a hyperlink to a form, and that is where you can submit your request for enrollment at that campus. It's important to note that even though there are seats available in a class, you might not necessarily be able to enroll in them because it is up to the discretion of the campus, and they are on a first come, first served basis. So the earlier you are able to submit your request, the better. Additionally, you need to make sure that a majority of your classes are still Behrend classes. So in order to maintain your status as a Behrend student, a majority of your credits must be taught through Behrend. They can be taught online, that's fine, but they need to be Behrend classes. If you find yourself in a situation where you think you need to take a majority of your classes at a campus other than Behrend, a temporary change of campus might be an option for you, and you can find more information about that here. But before you make any decisions about that, I definitely recommend that you work with your academic advisor to discuss your situation and all of your options. So this is the multi-campus registration process. You will be able to complete this process 1 week before the semester starts in order to enroll in a class at a campus other than Behrend. If you have questions after viewing this video, I encourage you to work with your academic advisor, or you can send an email to the Academic and Career Planning Center at askacpc@psu.edu or the Behrend Registrar's Office at regbd@psu.edu.